Hey everybody, welcome once again to a Low on Healthier End review. This is of course the game of the year, not the Besides Gaming, because this is the gaming breakdown.
It's the only one anyone cares about, really.
It's actually
right?
No, they don't care about any of them. This is the one that I care about.
Sorry.
That's okay. The main
easy confusion.
Easy confusion.
Yeah.
This of course is why Low on Health was originally made. It was a website that I did, and that was too much work. I used to do video reviews, too much work.
And you're like, screw it.
I used to write reviews, and even that's too much work because now you actually write most of my reviews for me.
I like typing.
But it's mainly for me to kind of keep track of how many games I've played in a given amount of time, in which case a year.
You should cap it off telling them how many games you've played.
I'll open up with that because this year I did over 80 games. And once again, me playing a game, as I mentioned this every single year, isn't necessarily beating a game. Most of the time it is.
It's until you get sick of it.
It's until I get sick of it or I have a good, accurate idea of how the game is. Like if a game is gonna be
until you get sick of it.
If a game is gonna be a waste of my time, like almost every single PS3 game I played this year, then yeah, I'll give up on it. Except for big disclaimer, get it out here. Last of Us is not my game of the year.
He hasn't played it. That's the only reason why, and that's not for lack of me trying to get him to play it. We are gonna play it next year.
She pushed me very hard. I specifically said I didn't want to play it because I had a feeling it would be my game of the year.
You didn't want it to beat out.
I didn't want to wrestle with it. I didn't want to worry about it.
So
I wanted
like,
to.
Let's save it.
But everybody's giving it the game of the year game of the year nod. You played a little bit of it at Nikki Marcus's.
Yeah.
In which case you were just. It was great.
I was like, yes, please, I need more.
I see why it is what it is.
So we'll get to that next year.
I'll get to that next year.
But this year,
we're gonna go and I'm just gonna jump with my top 10. So right here.
Yeah.
Is going to be my top 10. In which case, as you can see, it's going to be Assassin's Creed 4.
I'm allergic to your top 10.
You are. Which I loved. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood was my top one. Still kind of probably is. And then this one's just awesome because it's more of a pirate game than it is Assassin's
Creed.
It's kind of the backstories with Assassin stuff. It's a great game. I love sailing around. I mean, I would just sail around and harpoon stuff and sink ships. It was just
it was amusing to watch.
I mean, it's probably the best pirate game out there. Sid Meier Pirates, some of the free kind of games. Next game is going to be the Walking Dead Telltale games.
Oh god, it was so good.
Telltale game people, they did a Strong Bad game, they did a Back to the Future game, but they really hit it on they basically took all they learned and made these awesome Walking Dead games. And I am personally not a big fan of the Walking Dead series.
Or the zombie genre, but I am.
But Roses, and we just love those because, I mean, they're kind of like point-and-click adventures. You've had to have heard about them by now.
It's like choose-your-own-adventure kind of thing, a little bit.
Yeah, because it remembers your choices. It's just really good. If you haven't played it, you can pick up the episodes cheap, pick it up disc cheap. The second season has started, which is looking just as good.
It's really good. It's really moving. The characters are compelling. The characters are really compelling.
Just very super good.
It's super good, yeah.
My next game is going to be Grand Theft Auto 5, which, of course, I wasn't expecting to like too much, but I really liked the split narrative of it. I liked having the 3 different main characters. It just felt good. It was refreshing. And I usually Saints Row as my sandbox series, which, as you can see, is now my number 6. I did not enjoy Saints Row 4 that much. It was very focused, more linear. It wasn't as kind of open. A lot of the personal stuff wasn't really picked up.
You enjoyed aspects of it, though.
I enjoyed
the switching between the 3 different characters in Saints Row. But we're skipping Tomb Raider and Fez.
Well, yes, of course. You have Tomb Raider, which is the Tomb Raider reboot, which is really good. You've played a little bit of it. You'll probably do a lot of it next year. Yeah. And then Fez, which I kind of started last year. Awesome, great puzzle game. It's like really, really good. Gears of War Judgment. Gears of War series still going strong. Their formula for design is like the best for like third-person shooters. Like they have the horde mode and like the co-op mode is always 4-player co-op. Their all normal multiplayer mode. They just do a really good job with that. And then there's XCOM The Bureau, not to be confused with XCOM Enemy Within, which was last year's XCOM game, or no, last year was Enemy Unknown. This year's Enemy Within, which I did not like. You'll see it on my list, but this was a third-person shooter we didn't want originally. And it turned out to actually be pretty good and in my top 10.
The mechanics were interesting.
The next is, because it's a squad-based shooter a la Spec Ops The Line or Mass Effect. That kind of design. So it's really, for me, I enjoy it. Then you have Lost Planet 3, which is another one people are like, it's not really Lost Planet. Yeah, it might be an American version or a very Americanized type of game, but it's still good. I found the storytelling really compelling. The world was really cool. I enjoyed it.
I don't even know what game that is.
You don't even know it yet.
No, I don't even know what game that is.
And then there is Gone Home, which this game started popping up a lot of people's indie games, PC games. They're like, oh, what's this?
It's like a visual novel.
Yeah, kind of like...
You go at your own pace.
Like, I almost want to... It's not like Katawa Shoujo or any of those kind of a visual novels, like the J...
It's not like a dating sim.
It's just like a straight-up, just interactive, just dreamscape thing that you go to. I think that's what they're called. But it's really good. The storytelling is great. The atmosphere is great. it's more or less what you build upon it. It gives you just little snippets, and your mind will just run with it.
It's what you're imagining as you play the game, and then the story gets revealed to you as you're
in bits
going
and pieces.
The game,
and really, up to the end, we were still 90% sure it was gonna go one way.
Yeah,
and it didn't. And we were
surprised us.
It was refreshing.
Yeah, we're like, oh, it's gonna be this.
No,
it's gonna be this.
What? Okay, it's not this. It's still gonna be like this, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be. No,
it's very good.
Yeah, as you put together the pieces, it's just a very compelling, heartfelt story.
Yeah, very good.
It was really good, yeah.
Those are my top 10. Below after Roses, you're going to see my big list. Well, I won't go through all of them, but that way I'll have a list so you guys can see what I played and what number I gave them. But Rose's list, real quick, is going to be...
I have a top games list.
She has a top game list, not as big as mine.
Because I'm warming my way into every aspect of his life.
Or I'm forcing her to play more games.
No,
so first up, of course, is going to be your...
State of Decay was an amazing game. It is, it's got a story mode. Once you complete the game, it has a sandbox version of the world where you don't have any more missions to complete that are storyline.
Why do you like it so much? Why is it so compelling to you?
Because it's a zombie apocalypse game.
And it's you'll see it in my breakdown, but yeah, it's just
you said breakdown.
I said breakdown.
That's the deal.
It's very hardcore. It's very unforgiving.
You were saying that you and all of your friends were saying that it was a really hard game, but I didn't think so. Like, for me, it delivered on all of the things that I wanted in a zombie game. It's like...
You have to have patience.
You have to have patience.
You can't run and gun
You have no hard saves.
That's what I have issues with the design, mainly.
And
it's kind of like an indie game. It's still kind of a little rough around the edges.
Yeah, it's got a couple little... nuances, yeah. The zombies have some pathing errors, but those are mostly funny.
And then your second game?
And then Breakdown, which you see next to it, that's the DLC for State of Decay. It's an endless play mode that's incredibly difficult. My game number 2 of the year is Pokemon X, which I actually thought I was done playing, but found out from my friend Marcus, I'm actually not done playing.
Because usually when you get towards the end of a game, you start not playing it less because you don't want to beat it.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's so good, I don't want to
So that's what my 3DS has been doing, majority of this year, is over at Rose's playing Pokemon X.
Yeah, playing Pokemon.
I got all my street passes from the conventions I went to, so I'm good. I got my puzzles done.
So I've commandeered his 3DS.
Your next game?
Diablo 3, which, funny enough, I played through 3 times.
You played it more than me. I played through
it 3 times.
I let you. I'm like, hey, you want to try it out? And you tried it, and you were enjoying it.
And I beat it, and then played through it again.
The second campaign, the second time with me, and then you kept going.
And then I played through it a third time. It was just so good.
It's good.
I loved Diablo 2, although I never beat it. I still loved it and kept revisiting it, and this one is just, it feels the same, and it's just great, and the console version is fantastic.
That's the main thing. A lot of people are like, ooh, console version. No, some people say it's a better version. I had never played the PC version, but I
haven't played the PC version either. And then number 4 is Papers, Please, which I played together with Jimmy, because it's a single-player game, but it's actually more fun to play that game with a partner. Because you can, how would you
It's a paperwork, bureaucratic game. You have to basically...
Which sounds boring and horrible, but it's not.
You have to match, hey, this person's document says this, it should say that. If they match, let them through. If they don't, you have to question them and figure it all out. It's very cool. It's a very simple game. Yeah. It would have probably maybe made up in my top 10 if there weren't so many other games. Your next game...
Trials HD, which is a motorcycle racing game.
Which this is the one where you have to control like your pitch so you don't fall back.
It's a surprisingly simple game that's surprisingly fantastically fun.
Like
I played the heck out of it.
Like I rented it and
until it got too difficult for me to continue.
You just kept doing it. And you got Trials Evolution, which will be playing next year.
Yeah, I just got that on sale, so I'm going to be playing that next year.
And then you have on here 2 Halo games that you've basically...
Halo 3, I have played and beaten before. I've played and beaten all of the Halo games up till and including 3 with my friend Andy. But I didn't play it on my own profile, and... Jimmy was like, "Why don't you have Halo 3 completed?" And I'm like, I played it over at Andy's.
I saw her achievements, and I was like, "No." You need to finish it.
No, you need to finish it. So we played it together.
And then kind of the same thing for Reach.
Well, Reach I had started on my own, and then we played it co-op.
And you were super at the
end. This gentleman here is very annoying to play Halo games with because he likes Halo Protocol games.
Halo Protocol,
which works.
Yes, we know.
We know. Which works, and it's a good strategy when you're playing alone. When you have someone
No, it's not a good strategy
you,
if you're playing alone because you don't have anybody to respond back to you. It has to be a co-op thing, but yeah, it screws up everybody
It screws up the people that you're playing alone with if you're the first man.
Right here, as you can see...
People tag me.
There's basically, you have in your games looking forward to next year, you have Halo ODST and Halo 4, which Halo ODST is my favorite one. You also want to play through the Tomb Raider reboot. Remember Me, which you'll see in my list later down here. Fez, Trials of Evolution we mentioned.
Terraria.
The
you
Gears
want
games.
to get me to play the Gears of War games.
We're looking through
I had inclination
the back
to play
catalog of great co-op games.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to maybe go through those this year because somebody got you a new Xbox for Christmas and a live subscription.
Somebody got me an Xbox for Christmas.
The Xbox that you replaced we've been using is slowly dying. So real quick, what I'm going to do, kind of lightning round, is just go through my games of the year. This is the ratings I gave them, so you can kind of see some games maybe didn't make it up into my top 10, but these are the games I played. Some PC games, Limbo, of course, is awesome. FTL is good.
And he rates each one of these individually, too. He doesn't wait till the end of the year to rate them. He rates them after he plays them. For the most part. So it's not like he waits until the end of the year and goes, this one was better than this one. He scores each one of them.
Blood Dragon was fantastic. BioShock Infinite, not that impressed with.
Other people really liked it. I liked it.
Army of Two, not that bad. Still not that great. Magic 2013, there's Trials.
Angry Birds is actually surprisingly fun on
the Star Wars one. The Star Wars one was really good. Skylanders and Disney Infinity.
Very neat.
Disney, we kind of had an idea for this year. Metal Gear Rising was horrible. There's the two PS3 games I gave up on. I'm sorry, PS3. Batman, of course, I didn't enjoy. A couple PC games here and there. There's My State of Decay, which, like I said, I didn't give it that big of a thing.
You didn't enjoy it.
Also, here you'll see this Jetpack Joyride Minesweeper Mahjong with my new computer. It has Xbox for Windows games, like the classic games, and they do get you achievement points. So I was farming them, and I still am currently farming them. DuckTales Remastered, which was cool. The Pac-Man Ghostly Adventures is just weird as hell. Like, it's based off the new animated series type thing, and it's just...
It feels wrong in
very
so many
weird.
ways.
The bottom of the list, of course, Kashi Heroes in Miami. Once again, extreme difficulties I can't deal with. Aliens Colonial Marines. I'm sorry, guys. It could have been a really good game, but it actually nuked my save. The game was so bad, it didn't want me playing it
The
anymore.
game was so bad, it rendered you unable to play it.
I was trying to show you that level, and I'm like, oh, the save's gone. Look it up. Yeah, no, it's a known issue. Okay.
It's a known issue. The game prevents you from playing it. It's just that.
And some of these weird 360 games is because the games for gold. They've been doing like a free Xbox Live Arcade game and then a free games on demand. But right here you can pause whenever and look at kind of what the games I played this year. It's over 80. I do have full kind of little write-ups off to the side, but I'm not going to share those with you now. We kind of got to wrap this up. So, as always, thank you all for watching. That was the Games of the Year review. Hopefully this will be the last of the video of my end-of-year reviews. Thank you, everybody, for watching all these and gaming with me. I know I haven't gamed a lot with most of you, but I will be gaming more with this person in the coming year. Would you have anything to add?
Yeah. Are we done now?
Is that what you were... She kept looking at me like she was like... She's been... What are we trying to do? Which sign are you now?
I've been trying to play Pokemon this whole time. I'm trying to catch a shiny Eevee.
Oh, of course.
I got
Eevee. She has to get her Eevees. Okay. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. We will catch you next time.
Come on. Master Ball. Come on.